Hey, what's up, my New Standard Nation? It's TJ with Strategic Real Estate Experts. And today, in this series, we're actually moving on finally from a bunch of financing stuff, which I know lots of you have been listening to because it's so riveting, but we're going to start talking about how to actually put offers together and the deal together and make sure you're buying the right house at the right price. So today we're answering the question of how do I decide what to offer on a home once I find the one I want to buy? So tons of stuff can go into this. And first, understand, I'm going to try to hit on all the big things that you need to figure out, but it really depends on that specific house. Because no two offers, and we've written hundreds, probably thousands at this point, of offers to purchase. And I've never had two that matched. So tons of different stuff you can put in there. But really, before you ever write an offer, you need to do a little bit of research or digging and be a detective on that property. Hopefully your agent's doing this stuff, but if you're not working with us, make sure you're getting all this stuff. So first, you're going to want to find comparable sales for that property. So justify the value of that property. Make sure that you have comparable homes that have sold that are going to allow, if you've listened to the financing section, the property to appraise at the right value so that you can buy it. Because the last thing you want to do is bid on a property, have the appraisal come in short, and spend all that time and money and not be able to purchase the property. So again, first, look at the comparables. Second thing I always do, I call the listing agent. And I'm going to ask them, will they move on the price? What's important to the seller? Because any little bit of information you can find out about the seller, like maybe they need to close fast, maybe they need 6 months to close. I don't know what it is. It's going to help put your offer in a better position to get accepted if you can tweak your offer to match maybe some of the terms that are important to them, because the price is always going to be important, but then it's what are the terms in the offer. So if the seller wants 6 months or they want to close in 60 days but then rent it back from you for 2 months and you're willing to do that, that might make your offer look better than one that comes in higher but won't allow that to happen. So we always call the seller's agent to see, there's some specific questions that we ask to try to help give us a little bit of information on what we can do to structure our offer better, or maybe they tell us things about the seller that maybe they shouldn't, so that will help us and put our offer in a better position. Some of the other stuff you're going to want to do is when you decide that it's the right property to write on, make sure it matches with what you're looking for in a house. So if it's the right property, make sure the school districts and all that stuff, hopefully you're doing all this stuff ahead of time, are in the right area for you, especially if you're going to have kids, or you're planning to have kids, or do have kids. So check out those school scores and make sure it's the right property. This is tons of stuff that we do for people on the front end, but this is stuff you need to be doing if you don't have an agent that's proactive out there, that this isn't their full-time job. Now, let's say we finally figure out it's the right house, we know the offer amount, then it's figuring out what are going to be all the terms in the offer. So my point here isn't to go into all the terms. I'll actually do something on that tomorrow. But this is just to get you a starting point, like, okay, here's the house. Now I need to be a little detective and figure out some of these things, because the more information you can find out about the house, the neighborhood, the property, and particularly the owners and what motivates and drives them, it's going to make a huge difference on whether or not we get that house for you or a different one that might not be the right house. So, again, if you want to know more about what it takes to actually buy a house, how to put an offer in that's to your advantage versus the seller, check out knowbeforeyouBuyRealEstate.com. Call, text, or email me, 608-576-0044. Email's tj@sreehelp.com. And as always, don't forget to raise your standard, and we'll talk to you soon.